So getting into some coaching news here. Uh, Early on in Kalen DeBoer's tenure here at Alabama, it's been a bit up and down, and he's already made a big move on the coaching side as he's fired their defensive coordinator, Colin Hitschler.
Yeah, interesting move. So you look at Alabama's defense on paper, not a bad defense at all. Number 10 in yards per play, number 9 in scoring defense, number 9 in opponents' yards per pass. Of course, Hitchler's a DB's coach, so that's an important stat there. Not someone with a lot of ties to DeBoer. He was at Wisconsin before being hired in 2023. Also was with Cincinnati and South Alabama. Co-DC Kane Womack looks like he's going to stick around, so maybe it was a power struggle between those two, and he lost. Hard to see what happened here, but clearly the idea that Georgia almost came back on them when they got that big lead, Vanderbilt lighting them up, and then the OU and Michigan games where, statistically, it's not like the defense got smoked in those games, but you're going against offenses that were so limited passing the ball. The fact that they were able to do enough to beat you certainly was frustrating. So Zach saying, how hot will the receipt be next year? I mean,
we were talking about it yesterday off the air, and look, I think he's a heck of a coach, and I think you also believe the same thing. I think there's valid concerns about the fit at Alabama for him. I'm not hitting the panic button yet, personally, as someone from the outside looking in, but I can't tell you that the Alabama people feel the same way about that, right? So I don't know that there's going to be too much patience with him. To say he would be on the hot seat this year, I think things would have to be disastrous for that to happen. I think they have another season like this, maybe a little bit worse, but they continue to build and recruit at a high level. But I think it's got to be pretty similar to what you see this year.
Yeah, and this guy's a guy that I think if he left Alabama, he would have a lot of interest elsewhere. So we'll see how that plays out. The quarterback situation's dicey for Alabama right now, given that you have backups that haven't played. Milroe just went pro. Keelan Russell, we'll talk about in the Under Armour game, I thought looked outstanding, but he's skinny. So, is he going to just come right in and start at the SEC level for a coach that's on the hot seat? It's very, very interesting. I think the first thing you want to look for with the coach is what does he do at the quarterback position? That'll tell you how desperate he feels.